It's been almost 2 years since I bought this shirt from Dream Defenders to help support the Black Lives Matter movement after what was happening in Ferguson. Almost 2 years, here it is in 2016. Has anything changed? I need to get out of here. Let's go. Content warning, this video is going to include me talking about some heavy topics, like the killing of Philando Castile, some lighthearted topics like Pokemon Go. I don't want to talk about this inside my tiny apartment. I want to talk about this around LA. Hi Paul Talkers and other viewers. I'm Paul from Los Angeles, and this is where Paul talks. Now, this week was a weird one. One day I was working my day job, and then at the end of the day Pokemon Go is released, so I go off and I play that, and then I come back to my place, look on Twitter, and there's been more killings. Alden Sterling, Philando Castile, the names keep piling up. And that list of the things that people can't do in black without expecting to die, it keeps on increasing. I feel like Philando Castile's killing in particular was something that struck a lot of people because he wasn't just not doing anything wrong, he was following lots of rules and laws. And before he was killed, his life consisted of helping, feeding, caring about lots of children. It's hard to be a better person than that. So I did the usual thing. I shared other people's tweets and posts and videos. I'll link to several videos from some of my YouTube friends in the description below who are people of color, and they can speak from a place of experience rather than me, just some guy on the internet who sees this stuff happen. And I shared the hashtag Black Lives Matter, and I shared say their name, and I said their names, and then I went back to playing Pokemon Go. Not because I didn't care. I still care. I care right now. But there's something about this silly game that's kind of uniting the country in a weird way. There are people who are playing it because they just like it. There are people who are not playing it because they want to concentrate on talking about the killings of these black people. And then there are people who are like myself. We want to talk about the fact that the institution of the police in the United States is one that is fundamentally flawed at its core. I'm not saying individual police officers are problems, because there are many police officers who are great people, but the institution is messed up. But I don't want to talk about it 24/7. And I exist in this privileged space where it is not something that is threatening my life 24/7. But there are people of color who are experiencing something very similar. They don't want to talk about the killings constantly. So they take this opportunity, this game that maybe stirs up some nostalgia from childhood, and they play it along with the rest of us. Despite the fact that, see the article linked below, black people walking around in certain neighborhoods playing Pokemon Go might be putting their lives at risk. They might not survive a stupid game because of flippin' systemic racism in our country. And not just our country, all over the world. So we end up with timelines, feeds, that show an overlap of the most serious thing right now, interspersed with photos of Pokemon in an augmented reality view of the world. I think it's okay. Being able to enjoy your life and have fun in a society where you can be killed just for the color of your skin. I mean, this is an act of rebellion. This is saying we're not going to have crappy lives just because you want us to. We're not going to be living in fears because you want us to. I think, in fact, it's the best situation to have both. To have the fun and the awareness. And to act on it if you can. I have many friends with a variety of disabilities, some visible, some invisible. And those of us who have to deal with our limited number of spoons, we can't do as many things as other people can, or at least not for as long. So if we participate by just raising the voices of those who need to be heard, sharing the hashtags, signing the petitions, voting for the officials we need to vote for, that's what we'll do. And if some of us aren't limited by our spoons, then we can go out to those protests. We can go out into the streets. I think this provides us with an opportunity It's hard talking about racism. It's hard talking about how the color of a person's skin can result in a threat to their lives. It's easy to talk about Pokemon. If you are the type of person who on social media is posting about just Pokemon Go and nothing having to do with the recent killings of all these black people, I urge you to reconsider and intersperse a little bit of seriousness with that levity. If you're a person who's posting about nothing but the Black Lives Matter movement, about DeRay getting arrested, about the protests, about how the police system needs to be rebuilt, you are doing good work and I applaud you. But if you need to take a break, take a break. Please, survive. And if you're like me and you do a little bit of both, we're on the same team. And I hope that by interspersing my timeline with posts about both Pokemon and Philando Castile and Alton Sterling and the protests and DeRay, maybe some people who are looking at Pokemon Go posts will find my timeline and see my other posts. I don't know. I hope so. I don't judge any of these social media users harshly. It's a rough world. I'll save my harsh judgments for people who say things like, all lives matter, or blue lives matter. Yeah, that's where my judgment is. I felt like maybe having Bel Air, Los Angeles, as my background for this video. I don't know, it felt right somehow. How do you feel about the fact that our timelines lately have been full of both the injustices against Black lives and photos of Pokemon on augmented reality screens? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Or tell me anything that matters to you, because I want to know what matters to you. If you didn't catch my live show with Abrica Awesome, Aaron Williams, this Saturday, it is now available here on my channel. So there'll be a link to it up there. And then also in the description, I'll be able to put a link for that as well. I'm hoping on Thursday of this week, sometime this week, to post a video collab that I did with Yolanda. I'm excited about that. If you like this video, please share it on Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you want to hear more of my thoughts on this mad, mad world of ours, please subscribe. I'd appreciate that. It's a rough time these days, and it feels like things are getting worse. It doesn't stop me from saying the same thing I say at the end of all my videos, and that is that tomorrow will be even better.